Good morning. Welcome to the Seneca County Commissioner meeting. It's January 5th, 2023.
You got that.
Yeah. It's our general session. It's 10 a.m. and we'll open the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Commissioner Franker. That's great.
Please bow your heads. Lord, as we gather today at this meeting, we ask that you will be in our midst. Help us to make decisions that will be pleasing to you. Help us to be able to discuss the matters at hand in a reasonable way. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Roll call.
Commissioner Schuff,
Here.
Commissioner Frankert,
Here.
Commissioner Paradiso.
Here. Get used to that.
Right, yeah. It's ready to
I
say.
knew I was going to do that. I even
For sure.
because I knew I was going to do it.
Welcome to the meeting. So I will accept a motion to approve the digital audio recording of our previous board session from Thursday, December 27th, 2022 for our regular session.
So moved?
Second.
Commissioner Frankert,
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. So it's first meeting of the new year. Welcome, Commissioner Franker.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yep.
How's it feel to sit over there in the left chair?
It feels good. I know that I sure miss, sitting back with Tom back there in the corner and stuff on it, but, yeah.
We can move him up here.
Right, yeah, we can put a chair right up here in the
We'll get a
corner.
chair up
Tom,
front
yeah,
for
so, yeah, many times, so, yeah.
We need to make Tom honorary commissioner.
Commissioner, that's a good one. So I guess at this point, we have to organize, we need to select officers among ourselves. We have a president, we have a vice president, and basically the duties of the commissioners, all three commissioners are the same. The president, which I've been for a year now, simply runs the meeting. The vice president fills in when the president can't be there. And in the past, we've kind of just, we don't really have a formal process for it. So I'll start the conversation with that. I know Sandusky County, for example, I think they take turns. They rotate year after year. Here, it's been customary the first couple of years that the person that's rolling off the board or who has tenure kind of fills in. So I'm open for any discussions for next year. How do you guys want to do it?
Well, I move that Tony, you be president, and Tyler, you be vice president.
You sure?
Yep.
I'll second Commissioner Frankert's motion.
So,
If there's no discussion.
okay, so I think, okay, that'd be good. I'll go one more year. I have 2 years left on this term, and so we'll have a roll call.
Commissioner Schuff,
Yes.
Commissioner Frankert,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso.
Yes. All right, good. I have no other
See,
powers.
you didn't, I was saying, did you have a long speech ready for us? Tony? That's what I thought I'd say.
Stand at this time.
Yeah, I thought I'd save everybody the pain.
Normally you're not here and you get elected. Right, Sheriff?
That's better than the last week.
Thank you, and you're stuck with me. We'll move on, I guess, so thank you. We'll start with commissioner reports, and we'll go with you, Commissioner Schuff. We'll start with you first.
Yeah, just getting back into the office here this week after our Christmas break and New Year's. Hope everybody had a good New Year's Eve and Christmas with your families and friends. We had our budget commission meeting here Tuesday, and after that we had our board of revisions. Also, just getting caught up here, like I said, from emails and stuff from the holidays, just getting our schedules put together and committee appointments and whatnot, but been a restructuring type week or just getting back in the swing of things. So also going to be reaching out to our village mayors here soon. We're bringing back the Seneca County Sweep program here this year, so going to add a few things to that. Just working out some details of that, see how we can better that and get out here to the rural areas and villages. Also just wanted to wish a happy retirement to Amy Reinhardt from downtown TSEP. She's done a lot of hard work here the last decade in downtown Tiffin. You can see a lot of good things that she's accomplished with her and her committees, and wish her well in the future, whatever endeavors she moves forward with, and just appreciate everything she's done. That's all I have.
Yep.
So starting out, get my feet wet in the water here. So I did with Tyler, went to the Budget Commission meeting along with the Board of Revision. And then this morning I did my first radio spot with WTTF. So
right.
hitting the ground running and ready to roll.
Good. Welcome. So I just returned from vacation at 2 in the morning, so I really haven't looked at emails or anything like that. I do have a few things to bring up that I'd like to talk about. One would be that we form a bicentennial committee. It's interesting, the city had their 200th birthday 2 years before the county, but it's just how it all worked out. But in 2024, that's Seneca County's 200th birthday, so I think off the top of my head, the museum, Bryce, if you're listening, Destination Seneca County, the Heritage Festival, parade, Sheriff, we might invite you. We will invite you to be part of the committee.
It's the sheriff's office at 200th as well.
It's the sheriff's office.
We were
You're
founded in
200.
2024.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Did not know that. See.
Yep.
So we'll
Yep.
ask county administrator if you guys want to add anything to that. To maybe we need a. To me, I think there's a sense of urgency for it. It's next year. And actually, Holly Stacy, way back 4 years ago, brought this up with Jimmy, remember? And
Might not be a bad idea to reach out to her and
I
see if
think
she'd be interested in volunteering
She
some
would
time.
be great.
She was great.
Very
on it,
great. It
yeah.
was her idea, and she did the capsule for the courthouse, time capsule. Yeah, so more to come on that. Capital improvements, we're here in January. We all discussed updating that list, so I'll yield to you, Jamie, to bring all the powers to be. It's no secret, ag buildings still top of our list, EMS buildings, museum is on our list. We might have to break that down into pieces, but they're also the top three. So we'll get that list back together. Also want to talk about some of our carryover money. One of the things we did on the 27th was put the max we could in our rainy day fund. And we have some other balances, other accounts, so if you and Barb can break that all down, get us up to date, that would be great. There's an EMS meeting tonight. I want to commend the joint district. I would think if we had to grade the transition of the EMS, what would you say? How would you rate it?
Oh, I'd say, yeah, I would say we're, at an A, with it. I mean, when you put 16 entities together to form this and to try to get, contracts and everything, I mean, they're moving along, because if you realize that we couldn't do anything till after levy. So from November till now, a lot of stuff has happened, meetings and all that. So yeah, I commend them for, putting stuff together as they are. So it's definitely.
Yeah.
It was impressive. It wasn't an easy thing to do, and yeah.
Yeah, so again, for the public's benefit, they're doing a great job. They're winding down all the prior districts. There's contracts that need to be rewritten, et cetera. So they will be meeting on the first and third Thursdays of every month, the joint EMS district. They meet out at the fairgrounds. And
That's at 7 p.m., right?
7 o'clock, thank you, yeah. And so I'll be at that meeting as well. And I guess, anybody else want to add anything? That's all I have right now. We'll, County Administrator report.
Okay, I will start off. We have a request from, for a letter of support for the full funding of the Chillicothe Veterans Hospital. The programs are being cut, they're losing some funding, and it's something that they hold very dear to their heart. So they have asked county commissioners to write letters of support, supporting that funding, to hopefully continue to provide all the services for the veterans. So I have a letter of support. If you guys would like to sign that, I can pass it down with resolutions.
Down there, go sign it.
Perfect. So that was the first thing. And then I did want to discuss, we held interviews last week for candidates for the EMS director position. So I would like to continue moving forward with discussion on that, and I think I would like to speak with you guys in regards to compensation. So,
I move we go into
Want to do
executive
that?
session for compensation.
yeah. So if you could make a-
Okay,
Second motion.
so 10:10, we have a first and a second to go in executive session to discuss compensation. Right?
Yep.
Okay,
Commissioner Franker,
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso.
yes. You ready to go?
All right.
Okay.
Hey, Michael, can you hear me? Oops, we're muted. Hey, Mike, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got your number. What's the executive already?
So they went in for, and by the way, you're on the record here, so we're being recorded, but they just went in to talk about personnel, salary compensation.
Okay.
So
All right.
when we get back to session, if you're still here, we can have you say hello.
I didn't get on until, 2 minutes ago, and the first thing I saw him do is get up and leave.
They're on strike. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna mute us up here. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Okay, it's 10:21. I'll entertain a motion to come out of executive session.
So move.
Second.
Commissioner Frankert,
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso.
Yes. Okay, so we're out of executive session. No decisions were made. And we'll move on to back to County Administrator's report.
Yes, so I did want to bring up, there's been discussion of an SRO. I know that Sheriff is here today, so we can discuss this a little bit. But Old Fort Schools obviously has approached and are very, very interested in the need to have an SRO out at the schools. I spoke with Sheriff a little bit yesterday. It is just some minor details that we think we can try to get worked out and secure someone out there. Not sure who that person will be, but just want to speak with you guys to see if that is okay, that we can continue to move forward with speaking with the superintendent, Laura Bryant, negotiating that.
I'd like to see it happen.
Yeah, I think we need to move forward with, working on that direction.
Yeah. It'll all, Sheriff will look at it.
Come
Derek
back.
will look at it,
There's gonna be
they'll
more
look at it.
discussion. I know
But
that
the
the
concept is
Old
good.
Fort Board does meet on Monday. So just kind of like to, the next few days, really work on some details so that she can present to her board. You may be going to that meeting, right? I don't know. But hopefully we can just get some better details for them for that meeting so that she can present where this is at, because the board and the parents are really strongly pushing to have a deputy out there, so.
Our kids and our youth are one of our biggest assets. We gotta keep them safe.
Other than that, that is all I have.
Okay, any old business? Okay, new business.
Okay, do you want to start with the discussion on
Yeah.
the appointments?
So, this is for the benefit of not only the three commissioners, everyone in the room, but for the public. We have various committee appointments the commissioners do, and these committees can change. This is the time of year that we discuss what committees we're all going to be on. There are, and I call them committees. We also have a list of, I'm going to call it committees that were involved in boards that are not on this list. There's an extensive list, and one would be the Heritage Festival is one that comes to mind as we think about the centennial. The commissioners are on, all three commissioners are on 4 committees. The Solid Waste District, which is made up of Ottawa County, Sandusky County Commissioners, Seneca County, OSS District. We're all on the Land Bank together. The 3 of us are on the Investment Committee. The 3 of us are on Regional Planning. However, one of us is designated as the Regional Planning Executive Committee representative, so that'd be a separate appointment. So we have 4 we're all on. I think I'll go back to you, maybe circulate this list, see what we can come up with. Can we ratify it for next?
We can,
meeting?
I
Anybody else
know,
want to talk about the list?
any suggestions
Bill, anything on
outside
there
of?
you want to mention? Commissioner Schuff? So I gave you a couple that I'm good with not being on, and then a few would like to be on, and then you turn your list.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll
kind of
work
look
on
at it.
evaluating it and then make a decision next week. Is that
Yeah, is
okay?
that good?
Do you want me to read these off, and we can kind of go and try to work with?
We can, yeah, we got time.
Okay, so, for Bill, currently, taking Mike Kirshner's, seat, listed on here would be the Community Improvement Corporation, the District Health Advisory Board, Ottawa, Sandusky, Seneca Solid Waste District, Records Commission, Seneca Regional Planning Commission, Land Bank Investment Committee, the Regional Planning Executive Committee, OSU Extension, Fair Board, And then the OSS Policy Committee, Children and Family First, and the Fostoria Economic Development Corporation. So that was listed. There were some changes highlighted for just some switching around that had happened. So those were listed for Bill. For Tony would be community.
We're a little further along than I thought, but this is good.
Well, I feel like if we could probably, we can finalize it in a resolution for next week, but if we have discussions where you say, no to this, Bill should be on this, or no, Tyler should be on this, that
Okay.
work? Okay.
So far, so
Okay.
good.
So we'll make the final decision
I have the list right
next
here.
week,
Okay.
so no motions, but we can at least go through and you guys can tell us if there's any changes. For Commissioner Paradiso, Community Improvement Corporation, District Health Advisory Board, OSS, the Budget Committee, Regional Planning Commission, Health Insurance Advisory, Issue 1, LEPC, Land Bank, the IT Advisory Board, Investment Committee, Downtown Development, and those are the ones for Commissioner Paradiso. And then for,
Fairboard, did you see Fairboard?
did I,
Fairboard's
so
on
that
there
went
now.
up with,
okay.
yeah, Bill, yeah.
Got it.
And then for Commissioner Schuff, I have GLCAP, Community Improvement Corporation, District Health Advisory Board, Seneca Regional Planning Commission, TSEP, North Central Ohio Regional Council of Governments, the Opiate Task Force, Entrepreneurship, Board of Revision, Erie Basin Resource Conservation and Development Council, Community Corrections, Revolving Loan Fund, and the Investment Committee. So if you guys want to discuss that further, and we can put the
And that's
final.
on yours.
I'm happy with them. Few old ones, few new ones.
Yeah. I'm good.
Okay, we will put that in a resolution and finalize it on Thursday. Okay,
Yeah, either.
perfect. All right. Wow, that was easy enough. Okay.
Yeah, well, that's good. And we're always welcome to go to all the meetings. All the commissioners
Absolutely.
can pop in. So, for example, both of you went to Budget Commission. Non-voting, sat there, watched the commission. It's a great way to stay informed, right? And,
Right.
Sheriff, we haven't come out to any of your meetings yet, so maybe we gotta come out, let us know when there'd be a nice, good one we can come to. I would love to come out, yeah, and see
Like
things
to
in
have you
action
come
out
out.
there. Yeah, I know you have a lot going on with training and
Yep.
we won't come when you're getting an inspection, so try to stay away from that.
We'll fit you in between them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
okay.
do that.
Good.
I
Yeah.
messed up. I forgot to have Barb give the financial recap for 2022. So if we can go back to that, if you guys don't mind.
Oh,
Yeah.
Perfect.
No, for sure, we wanna hear that.
Good deal.
Okay, so for 2022, total revenue collected for general fund was just over $21.3 million. Of that, $544,000 was sales tax. So that exceeded the expectation of what the Budget Commission had certified for sales tax. We had expended $18,256,000, a little over that for the year from general fund. And then that leaves us quite a bit of carryover, so, and I know that you had discussed about moving some money into capital improvements and.
So when you say
things like that.
18, what was it, 356?
256.
256.
256,
As Commissioner Kirchner would say, that's core, those are core expenses, right?
correct.
Yeah. Okay. And so when we do the one-time premium holiday and other expenses are not part of this?
Correct.
This is day-to-day expenses.
Yep.
Okay. Good, that's good. Have we received a projection for sales tax?
The certification on, from Budget Commission was $12,050,000 for this
For
year.
next year?
For 2023, yeah. They certified in total revenue, on Tuesday's meeting, the certificate was certified at 21.169 for revenue for the general fund in '23.
So we're projecting sales tax to go up $1 million.
More like $500,000.
Good, we hope.
Yeah,
Yeah, projected.
projected, so.
Okay, thank you. Good. Any questions?
Nope.
Good. Barbara, you good?
Yep.
Okay, new business.
All right, we can move on to the supplemental appropriation. Yep.
I only have 3. I have, for Common Pleas 2, the BJA grant, Fund 1415, requesting $88,335.07 into their contract service line. This is, from what I understand, that the federal government has changed the drawdown process on this, so they're requesting to have this money so that they can pay Oriana House out of this money because of the way the drawdown process is now. I also have a request for the clerk of court's computer research fund of $1148 for $10 in supplies, and also for the clerk of courts, the title administration fund $1155 for also $10 in supplies. This is just an additional money. There was a change to how purchase orders are to be entered according to policy from the auditor's office. So in order for them to get to a super blanket, she's requesting additional money so that she can have super blankets for the year rather than regular purchase orders.
I follow that.
Yeah. And we're looking at the resolution language right now because I think it does contradict itself. So it may be a resolution that we have to look to amend for possibly next week, just with it.
So, for everyone's benefit, we have capital improvements is a broad term. Okay, so since in the last couple months, we've been talking about taking vehicles out, putting together a county vehicle list. The auditor basically saying, what, anything up to 5,000, there's another category of,
There's a regular.
which we're talking about, whatever
Under
that is
five.
for equipment. So we have equipment, we have vehicles, we have buildings. And we've done some work on all of those, but not exactly final work where we could all look at it, prioritize it, and
Correct.
Get into an ongoing system. So that's our goal, is to, from a county perspective, be able to look at capital improvements for on a 5-year rolling trend, a vehicle replacement schedule, which would include you, Sheriff, and then computers and all that, copiers, and I don't know what else goes in there.
Correct.
But Julie's made a ruling on all that kind of stuff. And we've never really separated it from a tracking, accounting, formalized process. No doubt in my mind, we knew what we had, what was going on, and we were on top of it. But we're just
doing things a little bit different.
We're just gonna do it a
keeping
little
one
bit different.
schedule throughout the county to see.
And I'm
who's
good with
in
that,
those
it's
names.
just, so your task is to continue to bring us that, and
Yep.
we'll keep talking about it through the format that we all like, and a policy that we can communicate to the electeds on. Get back to them.
And I imagine part of that process is gonna be looking at leases for
We are.
copies.
We are
and all
looking
that
at
stuff
copier
baked in there.
leases, we're looking
All
at,
contracts,
like
that's a good point, yeah.
computers, like a replacement schedule for, servers and computers. And Buckeye IT's helping with that one, we're working on a vehicle one. And then, of course, the capital, improvement list, that's going to, I think, we had talked about is just kind of breaking that down per building, to see the needs of each building, and then the priority list within those buildings. So I think that was the format kind of I was looking at to see what those total needs were for the building. So hopefully we're meeting end of January, last week of January or the third week maybe, and so we'll have more
Okay.
here to come in that, so. Okay, moving on to resolutions. We have a resolution authorizing the Seneca County engineer to hold an annual meeting of county and township authorities. A resolution authorizing the expenditure of funds for supplies for times of snow removal, emergencies, and meetings held by the Seneca County engineer. A resolution authorizing the Seneca County engineer to use the force account pursuant to the Ohio Revised Code, section 5543.19 for the year 2023 in the matter of routine maintenance of equipment and yard facilities and such emergency work as necessary. For resolution authorizing the Seneca County engineer to prepare and submit an application to participate in the Ohio Public Works Commission state capital improvement and/or local transportation improvement programs, and to execute contracts as required for issue 1, round 38 for Seneca County. In the matter, a resolution designating Mark Zimmerman as the authorized agent to participate in the ODOT Cooperative Purchasing Program. Appointing Seneca Conservation District as the apiary inspector for Seneca County. And we have a resolution amending the board orders of December 1st, 2022, Resolution 2022-233, the annual appropriations resolution for general fund for 2023, beginning January 1st, 2023, and ending December 31st, 2023, per court order 22 MS 0488, that is Common Pleas Court 1.
Okay.
That is all the resolutions.
I'd like to make a motion that we accept the new business, the supplemental appropriations, and pass the resolutions as presented.
I'll second the motion.
Commissioner Franken?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Thank you.
Great. One more thought to add to our to-do list next week or the following week is we want to release our calendar of meetings. And I'll just write the back end, but we're good with, are you good with meeting on Thursdays?
Yeah, that's fine.
Thursdays, we're good with Thursdays.
I thought we would do Fridays at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
We're waiting on a second. We don't have any.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought, for
Overtime?
a few minutes, I thought about maybe Tuesdays, but we're on routine, right? Jimmy, like Thursdays, Barb, everybody.
I did look at that
Good.
to see if there was like flexibility, but with all the committees and
I like
that you guys go to, the boards, it would conflict.
Okay, so
There'd be
it'll be Thursday.
Thursdays.
And we usually have a calendar because, I don't know, holidays fall and all that stuff. Also, if there is a date in March, I don't have it in front of me, but I'll be gone that week, so I'll float that date around the office. And maybe if we're not busy, we could skip a meeting, make it up.
We'll have to requisition that in triplicate, right? To prove that?
Yeah, all that, yeah.
The only Thursday that I see a conflict
You're
with
already,
is
you're
Thanksgiving.
together.
so-
You didn't bring this up.
Yeah,
I've been gone.
yeah. So yeah, Thursday, Allison did this. She did a good job on it.
Good.
But yeah, Thursday is
Thank
the
you.
only one
Good job,
that we looked forward, that has a holiday. That's
Really?
Thanksgiving, yeah, every year.
Before we adjourn, I had a few
As
comments.
Fred Zoller would say, let's cancel Thanksgiving.
Was it Christmas? Yeah.
Spelled in the
Okay. Pretty straightforward. Okay, so, public comment time, Jimmy?
Yep, and
Anyone in the room?
when you guys were in executive session,
Yes.
former Commissioner Mike Kirchner came on and said hello, so I just wanted to pass it on. I think he had to get going, but he just wanted to drop in and say hi.
I was actually gonna I thought about calling his name on the 21,300,000, that was your report, right? I just wanted to get his comment on that.
Jimmy, was his background palm trees or was it gray skies?
Yeah, he didn't have a background on it.
Okay, anyone in the audience want to speak? Oh, Mr. Dunner, welcome.
Good morning,
Yes.
Commissioners. Congratulations, Commissioner. Look forward to seeing you on the board. Ben Nutter, Wind Waste Innovations, Sunny Farms Landfill, Seneca County resident. Wanted to address the board this morning quickly, as I know that you are aware, the current Seneca County General Health District Board voted to propose denial of our license for 2023 last Thursday night. And at the meeting, interestingly, they did not give a reason. Post that meeting, they have said in the media that it was because, one, we didn't accept their conditions, and other, they were concerned about testing and transparency. So I'm going to send this to Jimmy so you have it in an email in terms of what we do. But it's important to understand that as it relates to testing, okay, we test groundwater, we test surface water, we test soil, and we test air. Groundwater is tested by a network of 60 groundwater monitoring wells. 28 are down in the bedrock, 32 are shallow. They surround the facility. We know what the water looks like before it goes under the facility, and we know what the water looks like after it leaves going under our facility, and we know that we're not impacting the groundwater. This is not this is not an opinion, this is fact, okay? And we do that twice a year, and we have been doing that for I don't know how long, a long period of time. Secondly, we have 4 surface water outlets on Sunny Farms landfill. 3 of them will go to the branch of the Wolf Creek. 1 of them goes to the Portage River. There's been many insinuations that we are somehow impacting the city of Fostoria's groundwater. Those outfalls are tested twice a month by an independent lab. Independent people take the samples. Independent lab conducts the testing. The results are provided to not only the health department, but the Ohio EPA, and they're available online. We're not impacting surface water. There has never been a case of contamination off-site. The only thing that was ever cited in one of the reports, a couple of the reports, is what's called turbidity or suspended solids, and that comes from heavy rainfalls, and we continue to improve that process. But that's why you have those sediment ponds to begin with, right? All that water, anything that contacts our operations goes into one of 4 sediment ponds as it works its way through the system. And so it's important that you understand, the Board of Commissioners understands, and it's important you understand because you are instrumental in appointing members of the Board of Health. They have this information. I'm not sure why they're not. They have this information available. I'm not sure how they're viewing it. I can't speak to what, because they didn't give us a reason. So we, of course, will work that way through the system. But wanted to make sure that you guys were aware of that. I'll email this to you so you have it in writing. Again, it's not a rumor. It's not a false thing, right? This is fact. Right? It's scientific. There are scientists, there are people that all they do is evaluate water and take tests, and there's a very strict way in which that water sample has to be taken and cared for and tested, and it's all done by certified engineers who are certified by the state of Ohio. It would be against the law for them to falsify any test. We've even went the extra step of having boards of our members of the opposition group. Back in 2018 or 19, I have the date right here, members of the opposition group accompanied us in the health department taking water samples, and the result of those samples were our samples mirrored their samples, and there was no contamination of groundwater or drinking. And actually, they call it surface water at Sunny Farms meets primary drinking water standards. What that means, and the soil meets residential use standards. What that means is that water could be used in production of drinking water in the proper facility, right? Like you wouldn't go out to a pond and drink pond water, but pond water could be cleaned up to be used, and it meets those standards, which are a very scientific, specific chemical criteria of the water to meet those standards. So, wanted to make sure you were aware of that. We need to get this information out. I invited every board member out to the facility. Some have taken me up on that. Many have not. We'll continue to work with them and work with you to make sure the proper information is disseminated to the public as well as the elected officials. Happy to answer questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You good?
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Adam?
I don't do it often anymore, so I'll come up to where I'm supposed to sit rather than just sitting there.
Our New Year's resolution, we try to,
We're gonna try and
State
keep
your
it.
name, limit it to 3 minutes. We're trying to get a little more
Bring
structure.
people in, face to face.
Yep, so Adam Gilmore, Tiffin Seneca Economic Partnership. We are, of course, wanting to congratulate brand new Commissioner Franker. Obviously, we're very excited to work with you. Mike was a great partner for TSEP over many, many years. And we're excited to be able to start working with you as well. And obviously, we have Commissioner Schuff on our board. And you guys have been great partners for quite a while, and we're excited to keep that relationship going with the new commissioner. Aaron wanted to be here. Unfortunately, downtown is having their accreditation process for the Main Street program today at the exact same time. So Aaron was unable to make it, but he wanted me to pass along our excitement at being able to work with Commissioner Franker into the future. Today, you mentioned that Amy is retiring. Our downtown director, she has been around almost 9 years now, since 2014. So we have started the process of bringing in a replacement for her, finding someone who is able to do just as well as she has done over the past few years. We hope to have a full listing out in the next couple of days, hopefully before the end of the week, that really lists out all the criteria that we're looking for and what this person would need. We've heard from a few folks already who are interested, and so once that comes out, we're going to hopefully begin receiving official applications. I'm not sure, I don't personally know about the timeline exactly. I believe we were talking early February is when that deadline would be. And once that happens, we're going to be working through that process to bring on our new downtown director and hopefully keep that program going just as strong as it has in the past. I'd be happy to answer any questions, or, you guys can reach out to me at any time you want, as always.
Thank you. Are you willing to serve on the bicentennial committee?
He's on the lead on that, right?
Is that a serious question, or are you just looking for
It's a serious question. since you
someone from,
represent
I mean,
rural America.
yeah, someone from TSEP would obviously be very excited
That was
to
a
work
good
on
answer.
that. Yeah.
Someone.
So I don't know.
Who's not here.
I don't know if it would be me or if that would be Aaron's responsibility, but one of us, someone from our office, our team would definitely be very excited
You're going to
to
be
serve on
in
that
the
committee.
order because I can't pronounce names right. That's another story. Okay, well, thank you. Good report. Keep up the good work.
No, thank you.
It's good.
Again.
Thank you. Jimmy?
I just want to make a quick clarification from one of Ben's comments. Ben, you probably know this too, but you mentioned that the commissioners appoint the health board members. That's not technically true.
Through the district advisory
We're on a district advisory council, which has representatives from every township and village and the city. So I don't want people to confuse that. It's in the name, Seneca County Health
We're involved in
Department,
the
but we
process.
are one of the members of the district advisory council, so I just want to make sure people at home understand that.
Good point.
Perhaps I didn't articulate that very
And,
well.
and I know you know that, but I just want to make sure it's not confused by people at home.
Gotcha.
Mr. Brian Ball, anything? Sheriff? Okay. Anything? Thank you. Okay, online, Jimmy, anybody?
Yep, I will open the lines right now, so if you'd like to come forward, you can unmute yourself and speak during public comment. Did not see anything in the chat, other than former Commissioner Kirschner saying hello, so.
Okay. Mr. Schuff wants to say a few things.
Yeah, I missed the storm that we had here over the holidays. Just want to give a thank you to our first responders and all the tow truck companies and everybody that was out trying to weather the storm and help people out. But it seems like we had quite the mess here. I was I was out of state for Christmas
Don't
with
brag.
family, so yeah, just thank you to all those people. And then wanted to bring up, I know we've had some discussions with the Board of Elections and those iPads that they have. The state deems them obsolete. We have to get or lease some new ones. Not sure what the board's will was with those iPads, but if we can use them in-house here, I'd like to do that. I don't think the trade-in value that that company offered us was worth what they were trying to buy them off of us for. But even if we could maybe get some of those iPads out to some of the local libraries in the villages, or use them within our certain departments, sheriff's raising his hand, probably use them out there, give the EMA.
We were gonna approach you about that and using some for the GD program out there.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I hate to trade those things in at
Let me know,
$25 a
honey.
pop.
Yeah, that was pretty.
We got them stacked up back there. We might as well put them to good use for education in our inner departments. But if Board of Elections can't use them, I
Case is worth that.
I can't stomach giving them away
They're
for
nice.
$25 a piece. That's a insult.
Okay, you got it?
Yep, yep.
That's good. Comments? All received. Anything else?
That's all.
Okay, so, Jimmy, 1, 2, 3.
Didn't see anything. Think we're good.
Okay, so meeting's adjourned. Thank you.